Good morning, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Thursday morning, September 24th. We're looking at the last 4 days of the SPY ETF's market profile here on Window Trader. We have a lot going on, so let's get right to it. So after the debacle yesterday on the bulls part, once again, sellers are attempting to push low. Now look, the reason I have this small to start with, right? It's a four-day balance. We're right at the bottom of it. Okay, we had a double distribution day yesterday. There's a lot going on. So quickly on the bigger picture, bears' objective today is to take out these two daily lows, right? And get accepted below them. If you're able to do that, you're below the 4-day balance, and then your next destination is another daily low, which is right below there that they would get. But the next big stop is those two weekly lows of 319.64, 319.25, and a daily low, poor low of 319.09. You will certainly get there sooner rather than later if they get accepted below these two lows. Now, if they get down to those two levels and those two weekly lows get breached and accepted below, there is nothing till basically, there's a price pull below that and an afternoon pullback. But the next major destination is 312, another $7 lower, another weekly low. So there's a lot at stake for the bulls to try to defend this level. On the flip side, the bulls' goal, and it's a lot more tedious, it's a lot more difficult to achieve, right? They want to stay in this 4-day balance, right? More importantly, get back into M's range, right? And we know the history of M. If they're able to get back into it, and attempt to get to the top of the lower distribution. Remember, look what happened yesterday, right? You can't see it on here, but this was, right here. Here's a high of the 4-day distribution, of the 4-day balance. They tried to take out the lower distribution from the 18th, take the single prints. Never got that. Remember, M period from that day, M period from the day before. They failed and absolutely flushed. So it is imperative. The bulls have a lot of work to do. Right now, we're even attempting to gap lower. Now, I gave you all the destinations. I'm not giving them again. If you didn't get them, just watch last night's video so I could keep this fairly short. The only thing I will say is right now, yesterday's low should be used on both sides of the equation, right? If we gap below it, it'll be your first upside destination, right? That's M's low and yesterday's low of 322.10. Then you have the price probe, right? We closed just above the price probe yesterday. Well, if we open below L's low, that's accepted. So what is the game plan? Traders will do its work till it doesn't work anymore. So it's going to be key to see if they defend the bottom of the 4-day balance. It's not a big balance, right? It's not like it's a 2-week balance or a 3-month balance where you're going to get a lot more action and confluence there where they're going to really defend it. This is only a 4-day balance. I don't know how much they'll defend it. So if we gap lower, especially below the 21st low, okay, which is only 30 cents lower than yesterday's low, that would be a nice trade for me to take a put play, and I'm out if we get accepted back into certainly M's range from yesterday. If you want to take a little more heat to L's low, you can do that. It's only 40 cents more. So even if the gap fills but you fail at L's low, you could still stay short. We're going to have lower value to start the day. Very important. If you get back accepted into above L and M's range, you're out of that short play. Now, in the next hour, if the gap gets too big, right, the next destination really, the main destination is that 319.64 level. Well, in the next hour, for argument's sake, we open at 320, 321, 320 and a half. The gap's too big for me, right? Your risk reward isn't as great. I'm looking for 319.50, right? That's not a good risk reward as opposed to how big the gap is, and you might get an inventory adjustment. So if the gap is $1 or lower, I'll take the put play. If it's larger than that, I will not. Those are your put plays early, and I would probably take the put play against M's high, so I'd be trading the 324 puts that expire tomorrow. There is no call play for me right here. If in the next hour we open inside yesterday's range above L's low, then maybe I'd take a call play, because then your out would be if we get accepted below L's low. Okay? And I'd probably still look around at 319, 320 call that expires tomorrow. Early play. These are early plays. Again, camelbacktrading.org's voice channel room. You get this profile live streaming all day. Play-by-play of how the market's developing, what I am looking for $20 a month. Now, quickly on the charts. So I'm showing you the weekly only because if we take out those yesterday's low, here's your next destination, these two weekly lows, right? So if they get any acceptance below the 4-day balance, you will get to the bottom and take out these two weekly lows, or at least test them. And on the daily, outside day down, very bearish. Here's your 4-day balance. The goal for the buyers is to defend it. Obviously, the goal for the sellers is to get accepted below it. Now, if we take this out in A period by like 30, 40 cents and come right back into it, well, then the bears really haven't done much more than today, right? You need acceptance below this. I want to see a gap. I want to see single prints below this. Get acceleration down to that 319, 320 level. Then it would be more meaningful for the bears. Good luck trading today. Have a great day, and we'll recap at 4 p.m.